Hello and welcome to the TMTD Esports YouTube channel. My name is TMTD Will Chadwick, and today we're going to be doing the last to first challenge. I start in 18th place on the grid, and hopefully we can get a win. I'm not saying it's possible, but it's possible, it is possible. But we're going to have to get through a lot of people on that opening lap to stand a chance. Stay out of any crashes, stay out of any cut corner slowdowns. Basically, drive a perfect race. But that isn't impossible, especially when you're in TMTD Esports. Right, so I'm going to get onto the grid now. That was my mouse, absolutely dying. Get onto the grid. And, you know, come up with a plan. Good luck. Oh, I can't spell. Have fun. So everyone doesn't hit into me instantly, only on the second lap. My equipment is listed in the description below. All Fanatec Clubsport stuff, if you're wondering. PC specs are a GTX 1050 Ti. I'm just laughing at the messages. GTX 1050 Ti, a Ryzen 5 3300 MHz, 256 gigs of RAM, if I wish, 256 gigs of SSD, a 8 gig of DDR4 RAM, and I think a 1 terabyte hard drive, but you don't need, you can store all this on the SSD. In terms of, monitor, there you go. In terms of a monitor, I have a Acer Z35P, which is an 120Hz ultra wide 21:9 aspect ratio monitor, which is 1440p, and that is currently what I have this game on, 1440p at 120 Hz, meaning I am on, well, it's actually 100 Hz overclockable to 120, and I have it overclocked, and we run that perfectly fine. It's very smooth, very nice. In terms of this race, it's iRacing. It is the Sebring International Raceway, and this is the Ferrari GT3 challenge. I've got stuff in kilometers because half of it's easier. So if you're looking for some simple kilometer conversions, if you're American or from the UK, it would be 100 kilometers, 62 miles an hour, 200 kilometers, about 125-ish, 300 kilometers around the 180 mark, and then topping it off about 400 is about 250. We're not going to be hitting 400 kilometers today. Probably maxing out at about, well, I'd say 250 kilometers an hour, something like that. We'll see, maybe a bit more than that. In terms of these lobbies, it is only a D-class lobby, and I have currently a B-class license. If you don't know how the license system works on, think William, on iRacing, it basically works where you are given a number, which is your safety rating, a other number, which is a lot bigger, which is your speed rating, and then you're given a letter, which is your safety class. I'm a B, the maximum's A, or it might be higher, no, I think it's A, but this is accessible for D, so you can end up getting a bit of a carnage fest in lobbies sometimes. Really, we just want to aim for a clean opening lap to get past as many people as possible, really. You know, we need to get past, we need to be inside the top 10, hopefully, by the end of the first lap. If we are on top form, that's 8 places. I know I did 9 at Laguna Seca last week. He is lagging like mad. I do, having done a couple races already, I do understand where the lights go green, so I might be able to get a small jump on other drivers, and that's a way we could make up some time. We're getting round to the last corner here, so we're about to start racing soon. Just getting a bit of heat in the brakes to enable us to stop that on the opening lap. This car does have anti-locking brakes and also traction control. It's not something you control in iRacing. Right, okay. I'm not happy with, come on, speed up, come on, please. I'm not happy with how far we're starting. Right, just concentrating there. In the middle of 2 cars here. Trying to get up the inside as many cars as possible. Having to avoid the crash there. Someone's flipped in the background. I'll show you that after the race on an instant replay. We're having 2 cars go side by side, which isn't good for time. We'll try and get up the inside of this Ferrari. Up the inside of the both of them. Really good. I'm not sure what place we're in, but we are a bit far back from the leader there. So we're going to have to really go fast now if we want to close up. If you are wondering, there's a car stopped on the left. If you are wondering, I wear gloves when playing iRacing, simply because the force feedback that is put out from the CSL wheel, although it's nowhere near as much as a direct drive, I think 7.6 newtons peak force. I got a watt off track for that one. I'm very surprised. 7.6 newtons peak force, and that can be very harmful for your skin if you're not careful with it. So personally, I like to wear gloves just to protect my hands a bit. Racing gloves actually, so completely fine in that term. We have closed right up to potentially the top 6 here. I'm not sure where we are. We've actually very easily got up into the top 10, which is really good. We've got to move ahead. No, we've not got to move ahead. My only concern at this point is not how close these cars are, but we've got a runaway leader, which is the worst thing for a challenge. Oh, someone's coming into the pits. Wow. Okay, then he must have had damage. He was not okay with continuing on. We are in 5th place, which is an amazing first lap. That's 13 cars on the first lap. Oh, just trying to get up the inside there. We've got up into 4th place. Let's try and aim to be in 2nd by the end of this lap. I think it's definitely possible. Leader's 6 seconds away. That often happens around this track. The leader, if you can just get away, he gets about 6 seconds, which, if they're not quick, can be quite hard to bring back. If they are quick, sorry. Hopefully he's not. I'm going to have to really, really put the hammer down here. I'm wary of trying to get this car. Got both of them there. What a great move from me. Just covering off the defence slightly, because you don't want him coming straight back at you, because it can really cause some problems. And now it's just the leader we need to chase after. After less than 2 laps, we have got into the lead. Into 2nd place, which I always get into in this challenge. All around this track, I'm always in 2nd. It's always the leader that's got the gap that I need to catch. Wish they didn't. No, it's really what it is now. It's hot lap mode. So if you want to see me hot lapping, you've got it right here. You can just about see him in the distance. It's catchable, depending on his lap times. Really, the most important factor here. My lap times matter, but if I can't gain enough per lap because he's going fast, or fast for him, I don't know how fast that is. Really, we need to be aiming for a 2 minutes 2 every lap. Getting the car into the corner, using every inch of runoff. Getting a bit of a late apex, not the best, but better than no apex. Using all the runoff there, we've really closed up. That's a very good sign. Hopefully that wasn't just a bad sex for him. something that is totally possible. If we start closing really close up to him and really taking chunks out of him in terms of lap time, he will become pressured. And in terms of actually winning the race, if we're a second back on the last lap and he's thinking, oh my god, if I mess up, I've lost the race, that can be really, really good for us, because he'll start being more cautious. Got to be careful on that curve there, it can really easily split you out. Yeah, we are catching this guy really fast. I am very happy with the rate that we're catching this guy. I have put in the hours of lap times around here already. I know it's only the Tuesday when I'm recording this. Should be uploaded on a Tuesday as well. But yeah, I've already put in quite a few hours after work to get good times around here. Using all the exit curb. I think this has been a particularly good lap from me, or a decent one at least. And we've took maybe 2 seconds out of him, which will let us catch him. Providing we make no mistakes. What about him making mistakes if I make a mistake? Because I'm not perfect at this track by any means. He will win the race, especially if I spin. Yeah, 2:02.4 is pretty good lap. It's actually my fastest lap that I've done, because I've just been getting the optimal up. I've not really been stringing laps together. In terms of my optimal, it's a 2:01.3. I will get a lap video out for this track when I get a really good one in, so stay tuned for that. I'm not just a Ferrari specialist, I don't just race this thing, but it's just because it has a fixed setup in this lobby, meaning that it's completely on the driver, and I really like that, because in terms of IMSA, I will do some more IMSA, but the problem is with IMSA is it is completely on setup. You can be so quick and you can spend so many hours on a track. I think I spent hours upon hours on I think it was the Detroit circuit in my 911 GT RSR. I think it's 911 actually. And I only got to within like 1.5 seconds of the fastest time, or maybe even less than that. I think sorry, maybe more than that. Because if you can't do a setup on this game, it's costing you seconds. But in terms of such like fixed races, you really end up having an even playing field. He's done a bit better this lap, the driver in the lead, but we've already caught a substantial amount. I was just really worried then that I might have cut the corner. Just had to be careful though, because I felt like we were running that out quite far. He is now 2.4 ahead of us from 3.1, so yeah, he has done a lot better on this lap than he did on previous laps. But we are closing up. 6 minutes left of this race. Yeah, it's good with worst lap from me. Let's try and get that lap time back that we lost last lap. That was a very good corner from me. Close to within 2 seconds now. We're going to start getting slipstream effects soon, within about the 7/10 range, if we can close up that close. Yep, thank you engineer, that was really helpful. If you're wondering if you can't hear the engineer, it's because I've got I don't know how, but I've got a weird glitch going on where the audio for the engineer doesn't play. If anyone knows how to fix that, I will greatly appreciate someone telling me. I've not really investigated because I don't really need them. But it would be useful because it does sound stupid. It's like you'll hear it, you'll know what I mean. Well, at least I get the messages on the screen. Really close to him now. We're biting on his heels. Biting? I don't know. Whatever the hell it is. We are closing and closing. I've seen him make a couple of little mistakes this lap, alluding to the pressure he might feel. 1.1 seconds now. Getting in that slipstream. I don't think we're getting slipstream effect yet, but we may be getting close. I really don't like this corner. It's so easy to bin it if you brake wrong. You're right, brake wrong. It's so easy to lose the back end on this car. Gained about a 10 through that corner. What was that lap time? Very good lap time for me. No wonder we closed up. I'm going to slightly peel off the lap time now, just so we're not making as many potential dangerous situations to make mistakes, because now it is not going to be about my lap time to catch him, because we have caught him. It's going to be about just closing that extra 0.6. Well, it only needs to be about 3 to get within passing range of get in passing range with the number 14 car of Arnold. There you go. Is it Arnold? I hope it's Arnold. He's really trying to get out of my slipstream. Just trying to. He's just. You can see what he was doing there. He was. Everyone on iRacing is a good driver, but he was breaking out my slipstream just to give me a bit less advantage. I've only gained 0.2 of this set, so that's because I've been taking it a lot more lightly. You'll see this lap slower. Really, this lap we've only been closing up to him on the brakes. Lining ourselves up for a move. Oh, he's got a good exit though. Let's see what we can do. I don't think we can do it here. Oh, he's not defended. And we've moved for the lead. What could be the case here? We've moved for the lead. He left the door open and we have took the lead with, I think, around about 2 laps to go. We have took the lead of the Sebring International 15-minute GT3 fixed setup sprint race. Oh my god, don't. The worst thing I could do now is throw it away, because our pace in this race is definitely enough to easily break away from the leader. We just do not want to mess it up now. Especially with all the... I didn't think, especially with that first lap, and especially with it being a 6-second gap, I didn't think I could do it, but clearly the hours I've put in on lap times and on this stupid sim game, that's a great game, has come to fruition. All I need to do now is don't hit the back marker or get taken out by the back marker. They don't do that on this game, but if I hit him, I definitely will crash. And keep my lap times at a reasonable pace, you know, don't drop them to a low 103. I'm going to still try and keep it in the 102s, if not the high 103s. Just not going to take as many risks. But it's hard to say that, because the moment you try to drive slower as a racing driver, as a sim racer, I find that if you actively try and drive slower, you make more mistakes. So just got to be careful on these curbs, because if you just trim a bit too much, you'll get a 1 second penalty. I think we've got a second. We have, but you know, you never want to be too careful. This back marker is only 2.4 ahead, so you know, we're just going to have to be careful. Be careful into here. It's so easy to lose the car by just tapping the brakes in the wrong point, pitching you round, you straight into the wall. It is the last lap of this race. We're going to meet this back marker on the last lap, but we've got a 2.5 second cushion to the driver behind. That was actually my fastest lap of the race. That's quite amazing, actually, considering I was trying to take it slower. Just got to be wary of this back marker now. Late, missing the apex. Always take that curb. Gains about 0.2 of a second. Really good. Giving him a wide berth. Do not want to be taken out on the last lap here. Well, we've cleared the back marker. The next one is 35 seconds ahead. Lap 8 of the Sebring sprint race in the Ferrari GT3s. I think we're going to come through here. I think we can do it. Just bearing in mind, I just don't make any stupid decisions. Crash the car on the last lap by pushing that little bit too hard for lap time. I should be able to do it. Just going a bit deep into that corner. Just be worried the back end though. It's slightly stepped out, missing this curb, because if you touch that curb, you get a bit of time, about half a tenth, just from hugging that curb, maybe even touching it a bit on a hot lap. But if you take too much of that curb, it will put you round, and then you'll correct, and then you'll be in the wall. I've not done that. Definitely didn't do that on the last race. That definitely didn't happen. Braking. I always take so much, even if I'm not on a hot lap, or even if I'm not trying to make it a hot lap. It's just so good getting used to that line through there. We've actually managed to break 6.2 seconds from the leader. He's really dropped off in these last 2 laps, and I think as long as we do this corner alright, I think if we just hug this corner as good as possible, we're going to be wide, but we're going to come through. I'm going to win from 18th position on the grid. That was an amazing race. Victory lane. We came from 18th position on the grid and going wide at this corner on the first lap to finishing first by, I think that was 6 seconds. I am very, very happy with that. Well, I'll show you this crash that you said, because I did promise everyone I'll show the crash, so I will show the crash that happened on the first lap. Look at that, 6 seconds from that guy. We finished 17 seconds from the best of the rest. Let's have a look at... He actually had a really good time as well, I'm surprised by it. I think 2 of them are having beef. I was just having a look at it. Right, let's have a look at this. TV1, we'll have a look at the start. Right, from the TV1 camera, let's have a look at this. So we went 3 wide, and we were my concern here was getting in front of the red car on the left before the corner, and we had that guy. I was really concerned that we wouldn't manage to do it, but he did back off a bit. So then we went to the inside there, cut through another few cars. We had a spinning car, and I just went to the grass to avoid it, because if you went on the centre, you were, yeah, look. He is went absolutely flying there. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. I want to see this. Did they finish close? They did finish close. I'm sorry I was slow. Bad luck for me. Okay, don't wish yourself bad luck, man. I want to see who that was. He was a it was a leading car. Black helmet. I think it was this Hendrik Schubert guy, potentially. No. Different guy. It must have been someone that would take. Yeah, it's this guy. Let's have a look from his cockpit. Oh no, it wasn't. It was the guy in front. He'd been turned round. No. Also not that guy. Jeez. It's the guy behind that guy, which is this guy. Oh no, he lost it himself. The leader lost it, not him. Jesus Christ, I can't pick this guy. It was not him. I think it was maybe him. Yeah. Got tapped round, middle of the road, hit, and then he just got absolutely oh my word, he got absolutely flying. Well, thank you very much for watching. My name was TMTD, Will Chadwick, and thank you so much for the support on this channel recently, especially on the hot lap video. Is absolutely incredible. And until next time, see ya.